Hey guys, so I want to talk about my Stephen King journey. I think I'm gonna do a series of videos where I update you guys every so often on how I'm doing with Stephen King, because that's one of my goals this year is to read his books. So I figure now, even though as I'm filming this, it's not officially December, but it is December. It's not officially January, but as of tomorrow and when I upload this video, it will be officially January. So I think it's safe to say that I can do this. And also I can do whatever I want, So I decided to start with The Stand, which is basically a post-apocalyptic book a book about an apocalypse book, where in good versus evil story, where a flu-like virus wipes out the whole population, and it's all about these people trying to survive and get somewhere safe. And let's see, from the back. It's like the remaining survivors are caught between Mother Abigail, who is 108 years old, and I'm reading the back obviously, and she urges them to build a community in Boulder, Colorado. But there's also Randall Flagg, the nefarious dark man who delights in chaos and violence. And so far, I haven't got. I mean, it feels like I've read a lot, but I mean, compared to all this, it's not like, as you can see the bookmark, I haven't read a lot. But I'm on chapter, I think 23, or no, 25. I'm on chapter 25. And so far, like, the virus, basically he's going through all the people that the virus has affected. And we're introduced to quite a few characters, like this one girl who's like a teenager, late teens, I think she's probably like 18 or 17. And she is pregnant with her boyfriend's child, and her mom is not happy with it. Her dad is accepting the situation, but her mom is like, how could you do this to us? We took care of you, we raised you, and then you get yourself pregnant. And the mom is crazy. Like, it's funny. I feel like Stephen King, even though I imagine he probably has a good relationship with his mom, he writes really, he's really good at writing these kind of characters. Like the girl's mom in this, who's so selfish and so crazy, to the point of, she kind of reminds me of the mom in Carrie a little bit, without the religious zealot attitude. I mean, she does kind of have that, though. She does have that religious thing going. And then we also have Nick, this character Nick, who he's a mute, and he got beat up by these guys, so he is rescued by the sheriff of the town, and unfortunately the sheriff helps him out and feels bad for him and everything, but he ends up getting the flu too. And I think the mom, we haven't heard much from that little family unit, except for we've gotten little bits of the girl, where she currently is, her situation, and how she's dealing with it. But I think the mom got sick. I think the mom got the flu, and I don't know if she's gonna die or not. I think she might die. I don't know. And let's see, there's quite a few people dying, but not everybody is dying. And I think, what I notice about Stephen King is when he's killing off characters, I notice he kills off some bad characters that deserve to die, and then some good characters, but a lot of good characters. Like, on the screenplay Rose Red, he kills off one of my favorite characters. And the one that I think deserved to die, that was kind of I hated him, he survives. So I think, because death is not picky. It will take who it wants to take, So sometimes good people die, and not not every person that you can't stand will die. Some of them, a lot of them will live. And I think, and also, of course, this Randall Flagg guy needs to have some people on his team who support him, and naturally that's going to be the people that are somewhat bad. And it's very good, it's definitely very interesting. But as I've said in past videos, books like this, where there's not a lot of action going on right away, except for the fact that people are dying by the flu. But I love and hate it at the same time. Because he makes you so fascinated and so interested in his characters, but at the same time it can be a bit tedious. So I can understand why not a lot of people, not just the horror aspect, but the way Stephen King writes, not everybody will love it. I don't know why I'm feeling lethargic all of a sudden. But, what time is it? Yeah, so I could get lunch. But, so after I film this, I might get some lunch. Well, first next thing after I film this, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom again, because caffeine tends to go right through me. So, let's see, what else can I say? Well, I'm also thinking about starting Needful Things. That's the problem. See, here's my problem. Because these books are so long, and, I mean, this was definitely a book that a lot of people recommended. Like, people talk about, oh, it's so great, you should read it. But, because I asked in the Goodreads, in some of the, not Goodreads, in the BookTube, and, Facebook, I'm talking about Facebook, because I'm one of those losers that still uses Facebook. Okay, well, we're not losers, but, I know that people are just into Facebook and have a lot of issues with it, but I'm one of those people who so far has not had, not enough to want to quit, because it's the way I socialize, and I like running the groups that I run. So, let's see, so I keep thinking about Needful Things and when to start that one, and also I have Bag of Bones, and I did start reading from 4 Past Midnight. I started reading Secret Garden, Secret Window, because I've seen that movie. I have It on my reread that I've started. I've started The Shining, and let's see, I should just bring a bunch of Stephen King books with me when we go visit my grandma for her birthday this weekend. And then Eyes of the Dragon I started. But I need to have some self-control and focus on just this one at least a little bit longer. Get past the part when all these people, catch the flu and everything. And we have finally met Randall Flagg. We see him walking along the highway. But, they act like Stephen King in this book, because this is actually an extended edition. So it's he didn't necessarily add stuff to it, new stuff, but it's basically when he first had this published, he was told by his editor to cut out some stuff. So this is an edition that has all the stuff that was cut out. So it's not anything new. It's old stuff that he already had in the story, or at least in the original manuscript, but he had to take it out. And he does a little bit of a introduction. He has a little part where he talks about to people that have already read it once, and they're reading it again for the second time. He talks about how, this is not necessarily this extended edition isn't necessarily new stuff. It's stuff that I had to take out before. And then he also has the other section which talks about people who are reading this book for the first time, which I think is really interesting. And we also have a guy who's he's a musician who got his one single on the radio, and I think that he says that and his song is really popular, but he's attracted trouble in LA, so he has to come home to New York to stay with his mom, and I think his mom caught the flu too, so she's probably gonna die, unfortunately. And I wonder if he's gonna work with if he's gonna be Team Mother Abigail or Team Randall Flagg. I don't know, that's debatable. What else? I don't know what else to say about that. I haven't got very far. So far it's just people catching the flu and stuff. I need to read a lot more. I need to read some more of this today. Like I said, I think what I'm gonna do is, first I'm go to the bathroom, grab some lunch, and then I'm going to start reading a little bit of this book. And I want to get some reading done because as soon as I start watching Buffy, I'm going to be all focused only on that. So I want to get some reading done so I don't spend my whole time all day on the computer in front of the TV. Because I'll multitask and watch YouTube and surf on the internet. Mostly watch YouTube. And play something like a show or a movie on in the background. And a lot of it is, I also, especially if it's something that I've seen a million times. Like, I've seen Buffy quite a few times now, so it's like, it's nothing new. But I did want to have my own copies, so I don't have to wait for it to come on TV again, and I can just watch it when I want to watch it. And that's actually the fourth or fifth show that I actually have on DVD. Because I also have Stargate Universe. That's only 2 seasons. I have the first season of Once Upon a Time. Although I think I got rid of that one. I think I finally got rid of that. Because it's like, I'm only holding out because that was the one season I did like. But considering how I feel about the show, I might still have it. I don't know. I have to look. I think I got rid of it though. I have. What else do I have? I used to have Ally McBeal, but that's another one I donated as well. But I only have the 1 season. Again, just the first season. I had Gilmore Girls season 4, but I got rid of that one too. Okay, let's talk about the ones I do have. Like I said, I have Stargate Universe, the only 2 seasons. I'm trying to look at my shelves right now, thinking if I stare at them long enough, I'll remember. Downton Abbey. I have that one. But I still have to go through season 4 again. I think I'm almost done with it though. Yeah, because I have 1 more disc for season 4 and then I'm done with it. And then I can go on to season 5. Let's see, what other shows? I know I have some other ones, but what are they? I can't remember. But anyway, so yeah, there are so many Stephen King books that I just have this urge to read. Bag of Bones is another one. I want to read Salem's Lot again. But the thing about, and I want to read the Dark Tower series from the beginning. But here's the problem with his books. Look how long this thing is. His books take so long to read. And it's like, I'm someone who can't settle on one book unless it's a short book. That's why I feel like I've been spoiled by young adult books. Because they're not as long as as adult books. Look at this compared to this. Look at Cinder compared to this, compared to The Stand. And the thing about young adult is because you're dealing with mostly teenage readers, it doesn't take as long. They don't spend as much emphasis because they know that their attention spans are, at that age, our attention spans aren't necessarily as, it's not as bad as a little kid or a toddler, but still, our attention spans are not as developed, I feel like not as lasting as an adult. So I think that's why they make a more fast-paced young adult books, because originally they're meant for teenagers. Yes, so like I said, there's a lot of Stephen King books I'm thinking about starting, but I need to progress a little bit more on this one. And I might bring this one with me this weekend. I might bring one of the other ones I'm thinking about bringing, but really I probably need to just bring this one, or at least bring it instead. But yes, I definitely have the urge to read Needful Things, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, but I need to get back into The Shining, and continue reading, Secret Garden, Secret Window, and it's just, it's such a struggle. But yeah, that's how I'm starting my Stephen King project. And I haven't started the books that I'm gonna read around it. Like, the book, in case you didn't watch my video, I did where I talked about what I was gonna do. I'm gonna read books that remind me of this. Like, I can connect to this to an extent. Like, Station 11, Natasha from Irene News Oz said that Station 11 reminded her of this book, or this book reminded her of Station 11. And then I was thinking about American Gods. I feel like, in a way, that kind of has a similar feel to this. I mean, the human population hasn't been wiped out, but these gods are going to take over and control us. And so I figured it would also be a good book. But then there's a lot of other books. Like, I kind of, as much as I like Robin Hobb's writing, her stories are very interesting, I've gotten kind of, I hate to say it, but a little bored. But I still want to keep going, and I bought her books, so I'm not going to stop. And I want to get to her Live Ship Traders trilogy, so I gotta read the Farseer trilogy first, and I'm on the second one right now. And it's a very character story, so I do think that I'm a plot-driven person. But sometimes I like character-driven stories. I'm not against them, but I think I really do like plot-driven stories more so than character-driven. And I probably shouldn't use the two books from the Hannibal series. I should probably read those as well, because I feel like they could probably connect with some, not necessarily this book, but some of his other books. But I don't know. I'm not as interested in that book as I am with Stephen King books. Because I like detective stories and crime. I like detective crime dramas. Like, I like the ones that are more mysterious and mystery and understanding it. Like, I love Kate Morton. She writes mysteries, and I love her stories. So, like I said, that's how I'm progressing on. That's how I'm starting my Stephen King project. How is your, as always, would love to know how your reading is going. Feel free to share in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon if you want to see more videos by me. And give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. And as always, I hope you are enjoying your reading. Alright, bye!